So we are all set for the last session after 2 action-packed days, and for some of you, 2.5, those of you who attended the early bird prizes. So just to get the thing started, we have a short video.
Trust. Swamiji is not only one of the most respected spiritual leaders of the country, but also nicknamed as Corporate Guru. His expertise lies in synthesizing ancient wisdom of East and modern vision of West, appealing to both young and old from wide spectrum of society. Swamiji is the author of many bestsellers whose books have sold over 1 million in more than 100 titles in different languages. His books have made many discover a new way of living life. He makes you realize that if one door closes, another door opens. Life is an opening. His self-development programs have been rated as excellent and benefited many in the corporate sectors of reputed institutions like banking, finance, industry, armed forces, police and prestigious business schools like Indian School of Business, etc. Leading industrial houses invite him to conduct in-house workshops for their executives. Swamiji has been a sports psychology coach for cricket teams like Delhi Daredevils and so on. Times of India, in one of their poll on who talks the best, places Swamiji as the one who tops the list on all counts as the best speaker. The Week magazine acclaims Swamiji as one among the top 5 best exponents of spiritual knowledge. Swamiji's English books, Oh Mind, Relax Please, and Oh Life, Relax Please, are the top bestsellers in the country and has set a new benchmark in the lives of many, from the Kargil hero General V.P. Malik, who swears by the inspiring content of the book, to the New York mayor, who acknowledges its usefulness to diminish work pressure and dealing with New York City press. Swamiji's book, Manase, Relax Please, has set an all-time sales record in the history of Tamil, Kannada and Telugu books and has been included as a part of curriculum in some of the schools and colleges. Leading personalities have termed that he has revolutionized Tamil literature through his books. Swamiji was invited as a dignitary on 5 different panels at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, and was a special invitee to the United Nations World Millennium Summit of Spiritual Leaders. Swamiji is the second Indian to be honored at the prestigious Lotus Millionaires Intellectual Club at Manhattan, New York. Swamiji's works in audio and video have been transforming the lives of many through Saregama and Times Music. His message on the Astha, Sanskar and many other channels is reaching a wide spectrum of people both in India and overseas. Prasanna Trust, under his inspiration and guidance, runs an orphanage for girls, provides artificial limbs and calipers to people with impoverished background, provides scholarship for meritorious students, conducts regular poor feeding and blood donation camps. Swamiji was awarded Karnataka's Best Social Service Award by SL Group and Z Network.
I think the video summed it up perfectly. I don't need to add any words. It's our pleasure and honor to have Swamiji here to give us the closing remarks for this 2-day conference. We're looking forward to hearing him. Swamiji, can I request you to please come up and address the team here? Can I request all of you to please stand up and clap?
Let's start. Good evening. Good evening. Namaste. I'm extremely honored to be here for these 45 minutes as a closure. It seems an American visits the financial capital of our country, and that is Bombay. First time, so he comes, visits Bombay, and as he's going, it seems he was so shocked to see so many beggars there. So he went, looked at one beggar there, and he had both the hands stretched. So he was shocked, why both the hands stretched? So he asked this beggar, why have you stretched both the hands? And the beggar said, business is doing very well, I've opened another branch. I've opened another branch, he said. Then this fellow said, I'm not going to give money to this guy. He goes to the next guy. Unfortunately, he had stretched one hand. All right, so he gives him some money there. And then he says, I've seen you somewhere. And the beggar also says, yes, I also seen you. And he says, the first time I have visited Bombay, yes, you are friends in Facebook, he said. Now, technologically, we have grown very much, but the quality of consciousness continues to be a beggar. Right? So therefore, please understand, I'm giving a different paradigm. Just success is not the be-all, end-all. All right? You can be extremely successful and still remain unfulfilled. You can be successful and remain unfulfilled if your content of consciousness is not creative. If your content of consciousness is not really having a quality of alacrity. So here is a person highly tech savvy, but the consciousness continues to be a beggar. This is one of the core issues Indian culture addresses as a part of ancient wisdom management there. So what issues there? Now, why is that in spite of being successful, our consciousness continues to be a beggar? Why? And if you really look deeply into it, as a part of a team building, look deeply into it, is because, maybe I'll say an example, it becomes very clear. A man rushes to the 15th floor and says, Sharma, Sharma, your daughter ran away. And the moment this man hears an orthodox Brahmin, Sharma is, daughter ran away, he feels so frustrated, so despondent, so shattered, he jumps from the 15th floor to commit suicide. Arey mera maan chalega, my daughter ran away. All right, he jumps from the 15th floor, and as his body was coming to the 10th floor, he realizes he's not married only. Arey, shaadi nahi hua, how can the daughter run away? And as his body was coming to the 4th floor, he realizes he has not got a daughter. Now, without getting married also you can have a daughter, no? He realizes he's not got a daughter. And as his body was coming to the 2nd floor, he realizes he is not Sharma, he is Varma. Friends, when this man was told, Sharma, your daughter ran away, he immediately jumps. His action, was it an action or a reaction? It was an action or a reaction? The first important insight in the Indian culture is, whatever be the situation of life, which is called paristiti, learn not to react, but learn to respond. Respond is called anukriya, and reaction is called pratikriya. Sharma, your daughter ran away, he immediately reacts. It was pratikriya, reaction, and the more and more you are reacting, your quality of consciousness is in hell. And when you are a hell, you are only a beggar, you really can't be a giver. You really can't be a giver. And even if you give, it is like a businessman who smiles, and even the smiling, he charges in the bill. So therefore, first things, friends, all right, as a team, ancient wisdom of team is the topic given. And then recently they told me, you talk anything, Swamiji, but inspire the audience. So every time on the spot, I have to change. Anyway, I'll cover both. I believe in inclusive growth. So now, therefore, friends, please see, right, whatever be the situations in life, your team should have the wisdom, should have the acuity, the acumen to go on responding. It's called anukriya. An English word responsibility means the ability to respond is called responsibility. So we need to respond. So market low, rupee coming down, learn to respond, not react, because the more you react, you will be like that person, successful opening another branch, but the quality of consciousness, it continues to be a yachak and not a dhatha. Now friends, what was the content of that reaction? Sharma, your daughter ran away. He jumps to the 15th floor. It was a reaction. What is the content of the reaction? What is the content of the reaction, friends? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Dam dalo na bhi. Good evening. If you don't put dam, you'll become dampati. Pati ka dam nahi, wo dampati hai. All right. Now, why do you say good evening, friends? Why do you say good evening? Because I said so. Why do we say good evening or good morning? Because this evening is good, no? Yes or no, sir? Yes. This evening is good. Let us recognize it. Let us validate it. The sickness of living is we don't realize what we have. This evening is so good, so we are telling our brain, recognize it, validate it. Your job is good, recognize it. Your wife is good, please recognize. Or the neighbors are waiting. So this evening is good, recognize it. So because non-recognition is one of the sickness in living. We don't validate the good job we have got. We don't validate the body we have got. The body operates like a tremendous team and you're more bothered of the external team. And goli mara to your internal team. So therefore, the evening is good, validate it. And if the evening is not good, let us make it good. That's the psychology of good evening or good morning, isn't it? So how many of us have really meant that when you did this? Everyone. Is it? Great, ma'am. Hats off. I call that as a smart lie. It's like a teacher asking the student, what's common between Krishna, Buddha and Mahavira? The student replies, all are born on government holidays. Very smart answer, but still untruthful. Most of us, my feelings, sir, we don't mean that. We say namaste. Have you seen politicians saying namaste? Namaste. Mosquito is crushed inside. And we say namaste, you know why? You and I, in the space of love, are one. You may be very different from me, but in the space of love are one. And it is this oneness we should see. All right, how many of us mean this when you say namaste? How many of us mean it? When you don't mean and you do, what is it called in English? Mechanical. Yantravat ho gaya. Mechanical. Good morning, good morning. Good evening, good evening. Thank you. No mention, but actually mention. All right, no mention you say. So we are mechanical. Now the next quality in your team you have to be aware, because the ancient wisdom of team building is what you have asked me, and then you told me you can mix it up and inspire the audience. But please understand, if you are mechanical, aap yantravat ho gaya. You have become like a machine, and you and I are not machines. You and I are conscious beings, isn't it, friends? So this consciousness we have to increase. But the way we are living life, we are very mechanical. Your judgment is mechanical, your opinion is mechanical. In one workshop, one of the computer group workshop I was taking, I'm cracking all my best jokes. That person sits right in front of me, not you, sir. He sits right in front of me and just looks at me. Any joke, he doesn't laugh. I had to stop the speech. Why are you not laughing? He said, why should I laugh? Any question I ask, he says, why? I asked him, what is your name? He said, why Venkatesh? He said, correctly a father has given. I told him, the rate of divorce, it's a computer group I was taking, the rate of divorce among the marketing people is the least, I said. The rate of divorce among the IT people are the highest. Again he says, why? Then I told him, marketing person for any sale which is closed, globally 16 to 17 times they gets rejected. So a marketing person is trained, when somebody rejects his product, he'll smile and give the visiting card. So when the wife says the husband, get lost, he'll smile, give the visiting card. So marriages work for a computer person. Wife says, get lost. Husband says, I have to get lost. He goes to the Googles and look out for the options. Then this fellow started smiling little. No, everything is mechanical. Please understand. So therefore, please as a team, if somebody is operating mechanically, you're killing the very soul of consciousness, because you and I are a conscious being. So in the team, can you be sensitive to increase the consciousness of a person and not the mechanicalness of the person? His judgment is mechanical, his opinion is mechanical. All right? So if you do that, then please, you will not be ritualistic in life. Or else we are so ritualistic. A Sufi character called Mullah Nazruddin, all right? He comes out every day in the morning. There's a pot there. He takes a bucket, mug. The bucket is empty, mug is empty. He just puts it and puts it to the plant. अरे दोनों empty है. The bucket is empty, mug is empty. He continues putting it to the plant. The neighbor was from Chennai. He said, "Enappa kadvile." I have not seen such a thing there 7 days. So he comes to me and says, "Mera BP bad gaya. What is the bucket is empty, mug is empty. What is that you're putting there?" And Mullah says, "Makes no difference to the plant." He said, "Why?" "Because it's a plastic plant." But the ritual of pouring continues. The ritual of pouring continues. That's what has happened to many religious leaders also. You talk of love, but the ritual of love you continues, but what you sow is violence. So therefore, please understand, all because yantravat ho gaya hamara jeevan. We have become machines. So as a team, can you be cognizant to the fact that people are not stoic to this perception, because the stoic nature kills the alacrity of an individual. So therefore, can you be sensitive towards that? So as a team there, when you do this, because if you don't do this, what happens, even though you are stoic, right, your tension increases. The more you react and you become mechanical and autopilot takes over, when an autopilot takes over, your tension increases. Even though it is mechanical, tension increases. And Lord Buddha very beautifully says, then you don't experience whatever is. Buddha's famous name was what was called as what? What is Buddha's famous name? Siddhartha was before his enlightenment. His famous name. It is called Tadhagat. All of you say? So Tadhagat, because he taught a meditation called Tha Tatha. Tha Tatha means, listen very carefully, it's very, very relevant. I know I have only 45 minutes, so I can't do alap too much on it. Right? Tha Tatha means, Buddha says, experience whatever is. Now, you may say, what is so difficult of experiencing what is? Buddha says, very few of us experience whatever is because the experiencer pollutes the experience. And therefore, we miss the experience of the experience. Because the experiencer comes. Maybe I'll give an example, it will become clear. All right, from Bangalore, first time a person comes to Bombay, all right, he wants to go to Powai, tells that taxi driver to go to Powai. The cab driver is driving the cab. The passenger was from Bangalore, first time to Bombay. He gently taps him on the back to ask a question, and the Bihari cab driver in Bombay gets so panicky, itna asta vyasta ho gaya, he goes left, right. For 2 minutes he goes haywire. The passenger was confused. Arey kya kiya? Keval sparsh kiya. I only touched him. What happened? All right. Then fortunately put his brake. Pasina aa gaya. All right. Takes a deep breath and turns back and tells the passenger, "For heaven's sake, don't touch me while I'm driving the cab." The passenger says, "First time I've come. I want to ask you a question. In Bangalore, we touch people. We don't pinch people. We only touch people." All right. Then immediately, Bombay cab drivers are like soda bottle. Brrr, gussa aata hai, doing, kam ho jata hai. He cools down and he turns back and says, "It's not your problem, it is my problem," says the taxi driver. The passenger says, "What is the problem?" He says, "Today is the first day I'm driving the taxi." And then the taxi driver says, "For 25 years I've been driving a van." The passenger gets more confused. 25 years I've been driving a van. Today is the first day I'm driving a taxi. Hey, kya bada fark hai taxi aur van mein? What is the big difference? And the taxi driver says, 25 years van, today is the first day of taxi. In the van, I was carrying dead bodies. So when you touched me, I thought a Bhutan Preta touched me. So therefore, friends, see, the past polluted the present, isn't it? The past, being a van driver carrying dead bodies, polluted the present. So therefore, did the taxi driver experience the experience of patting? No. The experience got polluted, ravaged, victimized by his past. So the past, the experiencer, pollutes the experience, and therefore you don't experience an experience. Have you seen you go to a doctor for an injection? You put your head this side, doctor touches you, you scream. The doctor said, I only put alcohol strip. So most of us, please, says, Buddha says, we don't experience an experience. All right? The experiencer, your past, your dogmas, your opinion, your conclusions, your likes, your dislikes, pollutes it, sir. And therefore, you don't experience an experience. And we are very smart, all educated people. We are very good in giving smart answers. Like an IT fellow, target, his tension increases. So therefore, to release his tension, all right, he can't be office hours, drink, etc. So he keeps his wife's photograph on the wall. Biggest tension mera hai. Puts wife's photograph everywhere. Target. This is the biggest target for me. And takes darts, takes darts to release his target. Tension, takes darts and he hits. And there also he misses the target. And immediately wife's phone call comes. Sweetheart, darling, lollipop, kunjumole. What are you doing? Gives a call. And the husband says, I'm missing you. Truthful statement, but deceptive. Truthful statement, I'm missing you, but deceptive. And that's what we fool ourselves and cheat ourselves. It appears we give truthful statement, but we are very, very deceptive. How many people come and I take workshops to all cross-section of people. And when I go to Bombay, the most naughtiest people. Or when I take workshops, they come and tell me, Swamiji, you're not married, so you tell, be happy. You get married to my wife, then you will see you'll be happy or not. People recommend wives, still I have survived. Smart. So therefore, please get this. Therefore, right, in a team you have to be sensitive to these errors and these viruses which pollute the beautiful software which your research has created. Now, therefore, in the Indian context, we say, as a part of team building, it says, Atmavare drashtavyam. In the Veda, it says, first learn the art, the acuity, the acumen of seeing. Drashtavyam means seeing. Philosophy in Sanskrit is called as what? Darshan. In Hindi also is called darshan. Darshan means what? Seeing. Now, in your team, you should you should empower them to see factually. Because people see distortedly. They don't see factually. Now, you may say, what's so difficult? Philosophy, word in Sanskrit and Hindi is called darshan, seeing. And in the corporate context, because I've done research at how to take spirituality to the corporate world, I said, are you factually seeing a problem? Most of us don't factually see the problem. We see it very individualistically. And therefore, when you see individualistically, the perceiver pollutes the perception, and you perceive the perceived, and as an extension of the perceiver, and have the illusion you're perceiving the perceived. Now, the perceiver pollutes the perception. So, when I talk for the corporate, you say, what's so difficult in seeing? I said, you're not seeing. So therefore, it's a beautiful example. I have created this beautiful example. It seems husband and wife, Reddy Garu and Mrs. Reddy Garu, Rayalaseema Galata. Now Jagan Reddy has come out there. So therefore, to burn their black money, they go all the way holiday to Benares. Before further pollution happens to Andhra, he goes to Benares, husband and wife. They go to the place, and Benares is famous for what? Silk saris. So therefore, as they're going on, they have to burn their black money as they're going on. And the wife tells the husband, Reddy Garu, pocket kali chendi. Means empty a pocket in Telugu. Empty a pocket. And the husband says, why? Hey, idiot, see there, no. He tells the husband, see there. On the shop, it is cotton sarees, 5 rupees, nylon sarees, 7 rupees, silk sarees, 10 rupees. My God, in Hyderabad is 3,000. Benares, 10 rupees. Pocket, empty your pocket, we'll buy as many silk sarees. And the husband tells the wife, ye sundari ka maa, ye istri ka dukhan hai. Ye istri ka dukhan is a laundry shop. Now tell me, she saw rightly and still it was wrong. Yes or no? Yes. She saw rightly. Silk sarees 10 rupees. But context was different. Even though she saw, it was a laundry shop. So this is what happens. You think you are seeing the problem rightly. But if your ignorance, your ego plays, एक प्रक्षेपण हो जाता है और यथार्थ रूप से ग्रहण नहीं करता है. विपरीत रूप से ही ग्रहण होता है. You don't see actually, you see in your own projections. So first thing, please see, as a leader, as a team, are you seeing a problem factually? Because in seeing of the problem lies the solution. So first, Atma va drashtavyam. And there is what is called drishti. I won't talk because I have only 45 minutes, so I won't touch on that. Second is, as a team you have to learn, please listen, don't talk in between, please, I appreciate that. All right. A second is, please see, the Veda says, Atma vare shrotavyam. First, and second, learn to listen. I have seen listening is so difficult to people. You think you're listening as I'm talking to you? As I'm talking, a lot of you will be judging me, evaluating me, branding me, labeling me, and saying that speaker said like this speaker said like this. So traffic jam as I'm talking to you. And you won't get it all. And then you get carried away by your traffic jam of your soliloquy. We never look into our soliloquy because our soliloquy is distorting our listening. That's why Veda is the oldest literature in the world, and Veda is called as Shruti. Shruti means listening. And there's a management book, what they don't teach you in Harvard. 10 years back, it was a bestseller, and the first thing they say in management, learn how to listen. Husband and wife, so many people come for counseling to me. All right, they both go on talking, nobody listens. I am the only fellow listening. And I go on writing books. 106 books already finished. And that's why I have dedicated all my books to my students only. Husband and wife, they don't listen. So very few people listen. And you don't realize a disorder exists in this. In a very humorous way, I say in my workshops, no criticism to anybody, please. All right, is okay? All right, no criticism to anybody. I'm not meaning anything. It seems, all right, a person from Tanjavur, Tanjavur? A place in Tamil Nadu where Brahmins are very brilliant in Tanjavur, according to me. A person, computer engineer in Tanjavur, no job in Tanjavur. He comes to the Silicon Valley of India. Where is it? Bangalore. That's my hometown. So he comes to, because no job in Tanjavur. Computer, he comes to Bangalore. And when he comes to Bangalore, he comes to the Silicon Valley of Bangalore. It is Koramangala. My ashram is in Koramangala. He goes, no job in Tanjavur. He comes, fills in the application. Everything. And then it is written name, etc. Then likha hai sex. He gets upset. Kadvele andevene ayyappa. Idi enna na kelvi ke karavango? Why are they asking sex and all that? Sex means what? Don't look at me confused, Baba. Sex means what? Gender, male or female. Look at how that fellow is seeing, how he is listening to what is simple written. Sex means gender. He says, yo, kadavale, andevane, Bangalore people are horrible people. What to do? Tanjavur, no job. The job is here. So sex means he ticks it as yes. Iske niche likha hai, how much do you expect? He says, kadavale, andevane, ayyappa. Why are they asking such naughty questions? Are his tension builds up. Seeing, listening, everything distorted. How much salary? He gets tension. Pasina aa jata hai. Bangalore, horrible people. Worse than Silicon Valley of California. Alright, but what to do? Tanjavur, no job. Job is in Bangalore. So how much do you expect? He writes 4 times a week. Alright, tension bad gaya. Alright, fully pasina aa gaya me. Then he goes, fills the application, gives to the receptionist. The receptionist smiles. He says, my God. Naughty question and haughty smile. Again he gets tension. Again he gets worked up. Then she says, sir, sex means male or female, sir. My God, they're giving me choices also. They're giving me options. But what to do, Tanjavur? No job. The job is in Bangalore. He says, preferably female. See, simple question. How complicated you are seeing. Sometimes our problem is simple, sir. But we see in a complicated way because your mind is filled with your soliloquy. That's why Sant Kabir says, if I look into your mind, I feel like crying, says Kabir. Chalti chakki dekhi ke diya Kabira roy, do patan ke beech mein sabat pacha na koi. If I look into your mind, Kabir says, I feel like crying. It's like a grandmother's grinding machine, right? It goes on, pata, 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 pata. And then you don't see it. So the team, please understand, you should know how to be a good listener. So Atma vare drashtavyam, Atma vare Shrotavyam, Atma vare, the Veda says in the team, Manthavyam. Manthavyam means, in the Veda, means you should know how to think. Because some of us think, many of us think we think, and most of us never think of thinking. We don't even make a distinction between thought and thinking. We have a right thought, we don't have right thinking. And thought and thinking are oceans of difference. Thought, you have a right thought and you are very happy you have a right thought. Thought is static. Thought is an expression of your conclusion. Thought is an expression of your past. But if you have a right thought, it may be a right thought, but still thought is static and life is dynamic. And therefore, when life is dynamic and your thought is static, the static cannot meet the dynamic. So therefore, this thinking, sir, thinking is a dynamic process. Life is a dynamic process. And these two dynamic processes have to meet. All right? But please see, but most of us, we have a thought only. Thought is static. Life is dynamic. Anyway, I have no time to dwell on that. So you should know how to think. And thinking, for you to be dynamic, all right, you have to be open, sir. You have to be open. All right? And it's like driving, you have to be open. You have to look at the traffic and drive. So most of us have a right thought. We don't have a right thinking. And therefore, Sant Kabir says, Man ke hare hara hai, man ke jeete jeet. Because you don't have this distinction. Yeah. So therefore, Atma vare manthavyam. In the team, can you see what is the thinking process? The acuity and the acumen of thinking. You have to enhance, sir. And Atma vare nididhyasitavyam. Alright, nididhyasam, you should know how to meditate. That's why a lot of research have done to put in the corporate context. How to put this without religious connotation. How to put in the corporate context. I'm so happy. It is so beneficial. All right. Nididhyasana, we should meditate. I'm not saying meditate on Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Mahavira. Just pure meditation. Let us take up one symbol of meditation. Very fast I'll go. I'll go in Bombay style there. So this is called Chin Mudra. Now please I'll just say, right, meditation, Chin Mudra. Now, I'll just going to give you a concept and leave. In this Chin Mudra, before meditation, you have to sit down. This little finger is called body will. All of you say? This is emotional will, intellectual will, and this is spiritual will. Right? Now, body will. In meditation, you sit down, body will means this body, right, there's a will. You have to enhance the body. You have to keep the body to the peak. So when you sit down, sthira sukha asanam. In Sanskrit, it is said, your asana should be sthira and sukha. Sthira means firm, sukha means happy. All right, have you seen right now somebody is sitting down, right nearly in front of me, and he's sitting and he's constantly shaking his leg. He's not sthira, as though he has got ants in his pants. Have you seen people constantly shaking? And yoga says your posture, body will should be sthira sukha asanam, should be sthira, firm, like a soldier, and sukha, happy. And some people say, have you seen South Indians eating food? I'm a South Indian, I'm not saying. Some of the South Indians eating food, Going, Kurukshetra. Rasam and rice will go in between. Eating food should be relaxed. Gacha. Then like this. Not all, some people I'm seeing. All right, I've seen restless. So first thing, please see, as a meditation, whatever you're doing should be happy and you should be relaxed. Sthira. Lot of people are restless because the restlessness of the body hits the mind. 4 people are on the plane. There are only 3 parachutes. The pilot says, I'm sorry, something's wrong with the plane. 4 people, 3 parachutes. And the pilot says, there's a lot of shortage to me, and he takes 1 parachute and jumps out. There's a politician, he said, oh, I am very important person, parliament session is going on. He takes and he jumps out. How many parachutes left now? 1. And how many people left? 2. Teacher and the student. The teacher says, I've lived my life. I'm an old man. He tells the student, young student, take the last parachute and jump out. The student says, sir, don't worry, sir, there are 2 parachutes, both of us can jump. The teacher gets annoyed, have you forgotten arithmetics? 4 people, 3 parachute, 2 jumped. There's only 1 parachute, any one of us can go. He says, no, sir. My God, all my arithmetics has failed teaching you. The student says, no, sir, the politician in such a hurry took my school bag and jumped out. School bag and jumped out. So have you seen people restless? Have you seen people can't even smile? 1 or 2 people of you are here now. Any joke also. A youngster was seeing, a politician was seeing youngsters were going and joining an ashram. So therefore the politician asked the youngster, what is in your guru's face? You're leaving your home and joining the ashram. And the youngster says, when I look at my guru, I know God exists. The politician said, if you look at me, what do you feel? He said, God can make mistakes, he said. Some people, you look at them, you feel it's a mistake seeing them only. Are sukha. Yoga says, keep it sukha. Sthira, sukha, asanam. That's the definition of asana. In meditation, first, this is preparation. Meditation itself can be a meditation for the time being, for the stock. Body will. Keep it sthira and keep it sukha. Smile, no. Don't be kanju. Some people smiling is giving income tax to the government. Leave alone service tax. Now service tax is killing people. So body will, sir. All right? No, in your team, like a soldier, you have to make people's body alive, vibrant. You cannot go for boxing like this, no? You have to feel like a winner, walk like a winner. All right? So body will. Second is emotional will. All of you say? This ring finger is called emotional will. Right? You should bring it to the peak. All of you say, wow. See, have you seen some people, there is no wow at all in them in emotion. They look. Rabindranath Tagore simply sees a dewdrop on a lotus leaf, poetry comes out. And Kuppaswamy sees Niagara Falls and dysentery comes out. Rayalaseema Neela Babu, ikkadanta vyarthamauta undi. In my Rayalaseema there's no water. There's no emotion, people. Have you seen some people? They say they see Miss World and Buffalo, both are same for them. There is no wow. There's no sense of wow in their emotion. In one of my workshops, and I have a whole day workshop I take, and every 2 hours there's a break. I tell them to mix around in the break, and some people mess around. And one person came to me, a 29 years old person, came to me and says, he got his asthma. I said, what happened? Swamiji, your student told me in the break time, I love you. He's tense now. Somebody said, I love you. I am not encouraged people to tell, I love you. Right? He looks like a drumstick plus charcoal. And some idiot can say, I love you, you should be happy. Which idiot can love this person? He looks like a catastrophe. Instead of being happy, somebody said, I love you, and have the joy of rejecting the person. There's no emotion at all in people. Feel your work, sir. Feel your job. Feel your targets. And when you feel your targets, feel your joy, stress will come down. Or you'll say, oh, target, Swamiji, stress. This stress. Feel. When the moment you have the power of feeling your emotion with Adbhuta Rasa, All right, you will become bigger than money, you will become bigger than success, you will become bigger than failure. I promise you this. Practically, if you look at my itinerary, I am so tight and I don't even take 1 paisa, even though my programs are charged. I don't take 1 paisa. The very joy of doing, the joy of contributing. All right, when the moment you have the power of emotion as joy, it has become bigger than success, bigger than failure, sir. But we don't have the emotion opening up. That's why Kabir says, Poti padi padi jagmuwa, pandit bayana koi, dhai aakar prem ka, pade sa pandit hoi. By reading books after books, nobody becomes a pandit. One who has got dhai aakar prem ka, right, he is truly a wise person. Nowadays people build their head, no heart only. That's why in all universities, head of department. I've never seen heart of department anywhere. All head. Emotional will. All of you say emotional will? This is all preparation for meditation. Meditation I'm not going to teach because there's no time. This itself becomes meditative. Now, middle finger, intellectual will. All of you? Now, what is intellectual will? Be a part of a solution and not a victim to a problem. Be a part of the solution and not a victim to a problem, sir. And if you have an intellectual will, all right, then you will find your brain is searching for a solution and you're not a victim to a problem, sir. Nowadays, you see everybody hurt. Anything you had, hurt. One person told me, Swamiji, my boss called me a monkey, Swamiji. It really hurts me. I said, why should he say hurt you? If somebody calls you a monkey, look here, make sure there are no monkeys. Doubly check up yourself. Sometimes genetical changes can happen. And according to Darwin, we come from monkeys also. So tell the boss, go to an ophthalmologist and get your eyes checked up. But what happens? Boss calls you monkey, you say donkey, he says buffalo, you say bulldog. You know why? Why you are hurt? Deep within you have a doubt, maybe I'm a monkey. Why should a word hurt, sir? If somebody calls you a monkey, why should it hurt? Does a word come like a Scud missile, wing, and dishku create sorrow? Word doesn't hurt. It is how you interpret the word which hurts. Please listen to this. Word doesn't hurt. How you notice people get hurt. That's why I say people more than dying from heart attack, they die from thought attack. All right? They die from thought attack. 75% of snake bites are non-poisonous. But when a non-poisonous snake bites you, 75% people faint or even die. Non-poisonous snake biting. Logically, snake should die. With all your cocktails and all burger and pizzas, all unnatural things there. And it happened in Germany. I'm not joking. It happened in Germany. A model was walking, it came from types of India. A model was walking with bikinis and bra, and she had a snake, and the snake bit the breast of the model. The snake died because silicone breast. Snake died, it's a news. So how, sir, how can a non-poisonous snake kill you? It is thought which has killed you. Are you getting, sir? Yes, no? Yes. Right? So therefore, train your brain. I want you to train your brain. I want you to train your brain in such a way where you are a part of a solution and not a victim to the problem. I'm sure you know this person, right? I'm sure you know this person, right? Oscar Pistorius. Right? All of you know Oscar Pistorius. When I was taking for Delhi Daredevils workshop, the coach was a close friend of Oscar Pistorius, the coach for the Delhi Daredevils. All right? And he was telling what a legendary player he is. He has no legs from the knee. No legs from the knee. All right? All right? And he won second in the 400 meters in South Africa with able runners. Second he won with able runners. Oscar Pistorius. Tremendously successful, sir. But then he messed up his life because he couldn't manage his hurt. He shot his girlfriend. I'm sure all of you know. And what happened? He's in the jail. All right, O.J. Simpson. All of you know, right? O.J. Simpson? You know or don't know? Huh? No. He's one of the greatest American football players of all time. He's one of the greatest American football, not the leg football, American football. One of the greatest. You need help. It is a physical and violent game. All right. And he had an ailment called rickets, which is called bone deficiency. He was teased in school as pencil leg. One of the greatest American football players of all time. All right. Such a great player. What did he do in the evening of his life? He shot his wife. Because again, not able to manage their hurts. Great people can't manage their hurt. Michael Jackson, a great pop musician, unmatchable in fact, he is. He was unhappy with his black color. He wanted to make white color. Unhappy with his nose, multiple surgeries, and messed up his whole body. Messed up his whole body. Somewhere we get hurt with our nose, hurt with our body. Instead of accepting and loving ourselves, we don't love ourselves. When somebody loves you, you will get utterly confused. When I can't love myself, how can she love me? Oscar Pistorius. Right? O.J. Simpson. So therefore, intellectual will. All of you? And this is spiritual will. Say all of you. You know what is this? This is the ego. Rascal, come out. I'll show you. This is the ego. And this is called in Sanskrit the lower self, Jivatma. And this is Paramatma, the higher self in us. The lower self, ego, should surrender to the higher self. All right? When the boss is scolding you, if you operate from the lower self, you will try to take revenge. When you operate from the higher self, all right, you will take it like a challenge. All right? And when you do, your life is going to become complete. So this is called the spiritual will. All right? This is preparation for meditation. All right? And with this, when you do, all right, if you can teach your team, keep the body as a winner, sir. Emotion, feel like a winner. The intellectual, think like a winner. But don't get hurt. And spiritually, don't operate from the lower self. Don't operate from I. Or from the higher self is we. All right? In Sanskrit, in English, first person is called what? I. Third person is called as what? That. Isn't it? Yes or no, sir? First person, I. Third person, that. In Sanskrit, you see, it's completely different. First person, called Prathama Purusha, is called that. Prathama Purusha, it is called. Prathama means first. Translation, it is called that. Means keep the other as first. Prathama means first. Keep the other person, the team, the total as first. And then what is the first person in Sanskrit? Anybody? Uttama Purusha. Uttama means, I don't know how to translate. Uttama, Shreshta. When you keep the team, the total as first, not first as first. You would keep that Prathama, means the third person as first person, then you are Uttama, not Adhama. The very language itself is enlightening. Therefore, Gayatri Mantra, Diyo yo naha prachodayat. You're playing single, but you're saying, let us all be enlightened. So therefore, please understand, now that is the team, sir. And this you have to inculcate in your team. You have to inculcate in your team. Lastly, I have only 10 minutes left, so I will not be able to do. I'm a student of martial art. And in martial art, which is like any business, you reach targets. In martial arts, you have to reach target. So I will not cover the topic, sir, but I'll just go fast towards it. In martial art, we use this called as 5 important principles. Vision, power, speed, skill, and strategy. This is a part of the team. Vision, power. This is purely Indian martial art. I will not be able to do justice towards it, so I have only 10 minutes, but I'm just introducing it. You watch me in the YouTubes, etc. I've said it's a part of the team. Your team should have vision, sir. So what should be the vision of life, all of you? What should be the vision of life? That hippie also wants to be happy. What should be the vision of life for you as a person in the corporate world? Please, in Sanskrit we say, Dehali Deepa Nyaya. You should be an outer winner, you should be an inner winner. Outer winner is success, and inner winner is satisfaction. So the vision of the team is you should amalgamate success and satisfaction. Only success is not enough. That's why you may be successful, you will not be fulfilled in life. जीवन में सफलता हो सकता है, परिपूर्णता नहीं. I always quote the example of Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, you know that, no? The most beautiful actress in the history of Hollywood. Highly successful. All right? But what happened? Whatever people want, she had. Especially young people want to be beautiful, she was beautiful. You want to be sexy, she was very sexy. Not only women want to be sexy, men also want to be sexy. All right? They were sexy. All right? You want to have multiple affairs, she had multiple affairs. She wanted to be popular, she was popular. Whatever people want, Marilyn Monroe had. The most beautiful actress in the history of Hollywood. And still, she committed suicide at a very tender age of 34 or 35. As she was in heavy dose of antidepressant. She was successful, but not fulfilled. Please don't make this mistake in the team. Success is needed. That is outer winner. Inner winner is satisfaction. Your brain should search for satisfaction. So the team should have the wisdom, all right, of success and satisfaction. That should be your vision. Most of us want to be happy when, if I get married, I'll become happy. If my neighbor divorces, I'll become happy. Because options open up. For most of people, you position happiness where? In the future, no? When I become the CEO, I'll become happy. Indian spirituality says, don't put happiness in the future. Because when the future happens, it happens as what? When the future happens, it happens as what? Present. So the truth of time is present. The description of time is past, present, and future. That's the description. But the truth of time is present. Your past was present, your future will be present, and the present is present. So if you want to be happy now. And now I'll say, I'll become a CEO, I'll become happy. When you say you put happiness in the future, that means silently you're telling what? I'm unhappy now. So the now is programmed as what? I'm unhappy. When this now follow reaches the future shows up as what? Present, and the present you have already programmed as unhappy. So when you get the object of desire, you still be unhappy. And therefore, punarapi jananam, puranapi maranam, punarapi janani jatade shayanam. Our whole life is all a roller coaster, sir. So therefore, power, speed, now. All right, skill is a very big topic. The greatest skill is balancing your head and heart. You need to use your head. You need to use your heart. You have to balance. For most of us, head is scattered, heart is scattered. There's a Hindi शायरी which says beautifully, जब मेरा बेटा रोता है, दिल में दर्द होता है. जब मेरा बेटा रोता है, दिल में दर्द होता है. पड़ोसी का बेटा रोता है, सिर में दर्द होता है. जब मेरा बेटा रोता है, दिल में दर्द होता है. पड़ोसी का बेटा रोता है, सिर में दर्द होता है. जब मेरी पत्नी रोती है, सिर में दर्द होता है. जब मेरी पत्नी रोती है, सिर में दर्द होता है. पड़ोसी का पत्नी रोती है, दिल में दर्द होता है. माया का खेल देखो, सब अस्त व्यस्त हो गया. All right, so therefore, please understand the skill of balancing your head and heart. And lastly, strategy. All right, your strategy should be simplify your life, sir. Don't complicate life. Simplify life. It's a very, very big talk. जीवन में रणनीति चाहिए, but षड्यंत्र नहीं. परंतु षड्यंत्र ज्यादा हो गया अभी. रणनीति नहीं. Your biggest रणनीति strategy is simplify. Don't complicate life. It's a very big topic. If you simplify life, life becomes beautiful, sir. It will simplify life. Life is beautiful, sir. So the team, right, please should have vision. According to Indian martial art, power, speed, skill, strategy. You should know how to see, hear, think, and meditate. And if you do, there's a team synergy which is going to build, sir. And the team synergy, team is bigger than the individual. It is individual which suffers, sir. Team doesn't suffer. Our suffering is because of ego. Right? And if you can know to put aside the ego and allow team to take over, the macro to take over, you will not get crushed by the micro. Right? And then you will find a tremendous wisdom opens up in your life. And in this wisdom, life becomes a song, life becomes a celebration, life becomes an ecstasy without taking the drug called ecstasy. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much. Please, I request you, I heard lot of you, thank you. Right. Thank you. I'm ending up, 2 minutes. I heard a lot of you from the IT industry, they are this. I request you, please spend 10-15 minutes. Read my books. I think my books are all brought out there. 15 minutes, like you brush your teeth, it's so important. Brushing the mind is important because World Health Organization has said 2020, the second greatest killer is depression. So please be alert. How many depression patients I'm addressing now? Normally you may look, one stress can wire you off and you become depressed. So please read, watch me in the YouTube, go to my website, www, which means work without worry, which is work with wisdom. All right, and to my thing, my name is Swami Sukhabodhananda.org, the YouTubes have come. 15 minutes in a day, spend time, sir, of brushing your mind. You have a beautiful car, Mercedes-Benz, but if you don't service that Mercedes-Benz, it will behave like any ordinary car. So too we have a beautiful Mercedes-Benz, our brain. If you don't service it with wisdom, it will start making all type of noises, right? All right, and therefore, I wish you take some time. Thank you for honoring me here. I've only taken 5 minutes more. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.
That was an extremely inspiring speech, Guruji.
Thank you.
And as project managers, we increase the scope for everybody. I'd like to now quote Kabir, said, Guru Govind dohu kade kake lago pai, Balihari Guru apne Govind diyo batai. If I have both Guru and God in front of me, who do I pray to first? I'll first pay my respects to the Guru because he is the one who is showing me God. We have Guru in front of us.
Thank you.
I now request B.G. Jairam, President, Bangalore Chapter, to please present a small memento as a token of our love and affection.
Okay. Oh. Thank you.